Hey, farmers, gardeners, and history nerds. Imagine growing food without fancy machines, chemicals, or even a trip to the store. Sounds impossible, right? Well, medieval farmers pulled it off with genius hacks that not only fed entire villages but are still game changers today. In this video, we're diving into 25 forgotten medieval farming methods that still work today, and trust me, these are so clever, you'll wish you tried them sooner. Stick around, because I'm throwing in some mind-blowing twists that'll make you hit that comment section. Let's get dirty. First up, let's talk about the three-field system, the medieval equivalent of a productivity app for dirt. Farmers split their land into three parts, one for spring crops like barley or oats, one for autumn crops like wheat or rye, and one left to chill, aka fallow. This wasn't laziness, it was genius. The resting field recharged nutrients, kept pests confused, and boosted yields by up to 50% compared to older methods. Picture it as giving your soil a spa day. Today, organic farmers swear by this rotation to ditch chemicals and still get bumper harvests. Have you tried crop rotation in your garden? Drop a comment and tell me how it went. Next, hand weeding, the ultimate medieval workout. No tools, just you, the dirt, and a whole lot of weeds. Farmers and their kids spent hours yanking out unwanted plants, and it wasn't just busy work. This method slashed weed populations by 80% in one season. It's like medieval mindfulness, except with more sweating and fewer yoga poses. Modern gardeners still use it for chemical-free crops, and some even say it's relaxing. Would you spend hours weeding for a perfect harvest? Let me know in the comments. Now, let's get communal with the open field system. Think of it as the original co-op. Instead of everyone owning their own plot, villages shared huge fields divided into strips. Everyone pitched in, shared tools, oxen, and even gossip. This teamwork meant no one went broke buying equipment, and if one strip failed, others might still produce. It built communities stronger than a Wi-Fi signal. Today's community gardens are basically this system's modern cousins, proving that sharing is still caring. What's the coolest thing you've shared with your neighbors? Spill it below. Here's a classic, companion planting. Medieval farmers were the ultimate plant matchmakers. They paired crops that helped each other, like the Native American three sisters, corn, beans, and squash. Corn gives beans a pole to climb, beans enrich the soil with nitrogen, and squash blocks weeds. European farmers had their own combos, like planting garlic near fruit trees to repel bugs. Studies show companion planting can cut pest damage by 65%. Ever tried pairing plants in your garden? Share your favorite combo in the comments, I'm curious. Let's talk dirty, manure composting. Medieval farmers didn't cringe at poop, they worshipped it. Cow, pig, and chicken droppings were collected, aged, and turned into nutrient-rich compost. This black gold boosted crop yields by 30% and made soil hold water like a sponge. Modern tests show aged manure beats chemical fertilizers by 5 times for nutrient content. Organic farms still rely on this smelly secret. Got a compost pile at home? Tell me your composting hacks below. Ever heard of raised beds? Not a modern trend, medieval farmers nailed it centuries ago. They built elevated soil platforms to solve soggy soil problems in rainy Europe. These beds drained better, warmed up faster, and extended the growing season by weeks. Plus, less bending over meant happier backs. Studies show raised beds can yield 40% more veggies per square foot. If you've got raised beds, what's growing in them? Drop it in the comments. Fallowing fields was a surprisingly effective medieval practice that might sound counterintuitive today, letting fields rest for an entire season. Far from being lazy, this method was a masterstroke of soil management. During the fallow period, the soil regenerated vital nutrients, beneficial bacteria flourished, and worms aerated the earth, preparing it for future planting. When crops were sown again, they grew up to 25% stronger and healthier. Some farmers enhanced the process by grazing livestock on fallow fields, adding natural manure, or planting nitrogen-fixing crops like clover to further enrich the soil. This sustainable approach required no chemicals, relying on nature's restorative powers. Today, regenerative farmers are reviving fallowing to heal overworked land, proving its timeless value in combating soil depletion. By giving fields a break, medieval farmers ensured long-term productivity. Would you consider letting your garden or farm rest for a year to boost its health, or does the idea seem too risky? Let's spark a debate. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Medieval farms were like plant parties with crop diversity. Instead of monoculture, they grew wheat, barley, peas, onions, herbs, and even fruit trees side by side. This mix was an insurance policy. If one crop failed, others survived. It also confused pests, reducing damage by 50%. Today's sustainable farms grow 200+ varieties for resilience. What's the weirdest crop combo you've tried? Share it below. Time for natural pest control. Medieval farmers didn't have pesticides, so they unleashed the animal squad. Chickens devoured 100+ bugs a day, ducks tackled slugs, and cats guarded grain from rats. French vineyards still use ducks instead of chemicals. It's eco-friendly and gives you eggs as a bonus. Got animals helping your garden? Tell me about your pest control crew in the comments. Terracing was a revolutionary medieval farming technique that transformed steep, hilly landscapes into productive farmland. Farmers meticulously carved flat, step-like platforms into slopes, securing them with stone or earth walls. This ingenious method reduced soil erosion by up to 90%, preventing precious topsoil from washing away during heavy rains. Terraces also captured and retained rainwater, enabling crops to thrive through droughts in regions with scarce flat land. Building these structures was a massive community effort, requiring collective labor to move tons of earth and stone. The results were enduring. Some terraces, like Italy's grape terraces, have been producing food for over 800 years, showcasing medieval engineering's lasting impact. These systems remain vital in modern sustainable agriculture, blending functionality with environmental harmony. Terracing turned mountains into fertile fields, proving human ingenuity could conquer even the toughest terrain. Have you ever seen terraced fields in person, perhaps in Italy, Asia, or elsewhere? Where were they, and what struck you most about them? Share your experience in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. No rain? No problem. Irrigation canals brought water to crops via hand-dug channels. Using gravity, farmers redirected streams to fields with wooden gates for control. Some Spanish canals from the 13th century still work, delivering 80% of water to crops. No electricity, no breakdowns, just pure ingenuity. Got an irrigation trick? Share it below. To survive winter, grain drying racks were key. Farmers hung wheat and barley upside down on wooden frames to air dry. This kept grains mold-free and retained 30% more nutrients than modern high-heat drying. A single rack could preserve years' worth of food. Ever dried your own food? How'd it go? Tell me in the comments. Forest gardening was a medieval masterpiece that transformed woodlands into thriving, self-sustaining food factories. Unlike traditional fields, these gardens mimicked natural ecosystems, layering tall fruit and nut trees, berry bushes, herbs, vegetables, and mushrooms to maximize vertical space. This ingenious design required no plowing, weeding, or watering once established, as the forest's natural cycles maintained itself. A single acre could yield over 300 pounds of diverse, nutrient-rich food annually, providing a reliable food source with minimal labor. The canopy protected lower plants from frost, while leaf litter enriched the soil, creating a balanced, resilient system. Remarkably, some fruit trees planted 500 years ago by medieval forest gardeners still bear fruit today, a testament to their enduring wisdom. Modern permaculture enthusiasts revived this method to grow food sustainably, blending biodiversity with productivity. Forest gardening showcases how working with nature, rather than against it, yields abundant rewards. Would you try creating a forest garden? Why or why not? Space constraints, time, or maybe you're already planning one. Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's discuss this ancient eco-hack. Hedgerows were living fences of bushes and trees. They blocked wind, kept livestock in, and produced berries or nuts. They also housed 70+ bird species for pest control and stopped soil erosion. Modern farmers are replanting them for biodiversity. Got a natural fence? What's it like? Share in the comments. Medieval farmers lived by seasonal rhythms. Spring was for planting, summer for weeding, fall for harvesting, and winter for fixing tools. They watched birds or wildflowers to time tasks. This cut burnout by 40% compared to year-round farming. Do you follow nature's calendar? How? Drop it below. Oxen power was the backbone of medieval agriculture, serving as the ultimate eco-friendly tractors of their time. These sturdy beasts plowed fields, hauled heavy crop loads, and transported goods without ever needing a drop of fuel. Farmers trained oxen to work in pairs, using yokes to harness their strength, which dramatically increased efficiency and allowed larger fields to be cultivated. This low-tech solution was not only sustainable but also cost-effective, as oxen thrived on grass and required minimal upkeep. Their slow, steady pace minimized soil compaction, preserving field health. Remarkably, some small-scale farms today still employ oxen for low-impact tillage, valuing their gentle footprint and reliability in sustainable farming. Oxen represent a timeless blend of power and simplicity, proving that muscle can outshine machines in certain contexts. Their use connects modern farmers to centuries-old traditions of working in harmony with nature. Have you ever witnessed oxen plowing or hauling at a farm or historical reenactment? Where was it, and what was the experience like? Drop your story in the comments, I'd love to hear about it. Seed saving was a medieval superpower. Farmers stored the best seeds in clay pots or sacks, ensuring next year's crops. This preserved heirloom varieties we still grow today. Saving seeds also built resilience against bad harvests. Do you save seeds? What's your method? Share below. Wooden tools were cheap and effective. Medieval farmers crafted plows, rakes, and hoes from wood, often reinforced with iron. These tools were light and easy to repair. Some designs are still used in traditional farming. Got a favorite garden tool? What is it? Drop it in the comments. Cover cropping was a brilliant medieval farming strategy that safeguarded soil during the off-season, ensuring long-term fertility and productivity. Instead of leaving fields bare, farmers planted cover crops like clover or vetch, which worked wonders in multiple ways. These plants enriched the soil by fixing nitrogen, a natural fertilizer that boosted future crop growth. They also prevented erosion by anchoring soil against wind and rain, while their dense growth smothered weeds, reducing competition for nutrients. Studies show cover cropping improved soil health by up to 20%, making fields more resilient and productive. This sustainable practice required no chemicals or complex tools, relying solely on nature's cycles. Today, modern no-till farmers embrace cover crops for the same reasons, using them to enhance soil structure, retain moisture, and promote biodiversity. By mimicking medieval wisdom, they reduce environmental impact while maintaining high yields. Cover cropping remains a timeless hack for healthy soil. Have you tried cover crops in your garden or farm? What plants did you use, and how did they perform? Share your experience in the comments, I'm eager to hear your results. Crop bartering was medieval crowdfunding. Farmers traded surplus wheat for beans or tools, building local economies. This ensured no one starved during lean times. Some rural markets still barter today. Ever traded homegrown food? What did you swap? Share in the comments. Stone walls weren't just boundaries, they were medieval engineering. Farmers stacked fieldstones to mark land, protect crops from wind, and keep livestock out. Some walls are still standing after 1,000 years. Seen ancient stone walls? Where? Drop it below. Crop blessings were a profound spiritual practice in medieval farming, far more than mere superstition. They were a heartfelt plea for protection and prosperity. Farmers gathered to pray or perform rituals, seeking divine intervention to shield their fields from devastating storms, pests, or droughts. Though not grounded in modern science, these ceremonies played a crucial role in fostering hope and resilience, uniting communities in shared faith and purpose. Villagers would often come together, chanting, offering tokens, or walking the fields in procession, creating a powerful sense of solidarity. These rituals reinforce the belief that their hard work was part of a larger cosmic order, giving them strength to face unpredictable seasons. Today, echoes of these traditions persist in some rural villages, where harvest festivals or blessing ceremonies celebrate the land's bounty and honor ancestral practices. These events blend spirituality with community spirit, keeping ancient customs alive. Have you ever participated in a farming ritual or a similar tradition? Was it solemn, uplifting, or something else entirely? Share your story in the comments, I'd love to hear about it. Intercropping mixed crops in the same field, like wheat with beans. This confused pests, maximized space, and boosted yields by 30%. It's like a medieval version of multitasking. Modern farmers use it for sustainability. Tried intercropping? What worked? Share below. Lunar planting time tasks with moon phases. Farmers believed sowing during a waxing moon boosted growth. Science is mixed, but many biodynamic farmers still follow it. Ever planted by the moon? Did it work? Drop your experience in the comments. Harvest festivals in medieval times were far more than mere celebrations. They were vital communal events that marked the culmination of months of hard labor and ensured a village's survival through harsh winters. These gatherings brought entire communities together to feast on freshly harvested crops, share surplus food, and strategize for the colder months ahead. Beyond the practical aspects, these festivals were a time to strengthen social bonds, boost morale, and foster a sense of unity among farmers and their families. Music, storytelling, and rituals often accompanied the feasts, creating a vibrant atmosphere of gratitude and hope. These events were a testament to the resilience and resourcefulness of medieval communities, turning the fruits of their labor into moments of joy and connection. Today, modern farms and rural communities continue this tradition through harvest festivals, celebrating local produce and sustainable practices while preserving the spirit of togetherness. These events often feature farm tours, seasonal dishes, and activities that echo their medieval roots. Have you ever attended a harvest festival? What was the vibe? Lively, cozy, or something else? Share your experience in the comments below. These 25 medieval farming methods prove that sometimes the old ways are the best ways. From crop rotation to harvest festivals, our ancestors were eco-warriors without even knowing it. Which method blew your mind the most? Are you trying any in your garden? Drop your thoughts, questions, or crazy farming stories in the comments. I read every single one. If you loved this deep dive, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell for more epic history meets hacks content. Let's keep growing together. See you in the next video.